Alright, so in this video, this will be an introduction to trigonometry. So we have a right angle triangle right here. So the longest side right here is going to be hypotenuse. The side where the right angle is touching, so is the angle, is called adjacent, and the side opposite to the angle is called opposite. So you guys need to remember this. This is basic knowledge you need to know. So after that, we have the actual rules. So we have sine, cos, and tan. So the way to remember, this is a really easy way to remember the formulas for each of them. So you can remember sa, ka, toa. So for sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. So O for opposite, H for hypotenuse. So opposite over hypotenuse. Alright, same thing goes for cos. So this is cos adjacent, A for adjacent, H for hypotenuse. So cos is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And then for tan is equal to opposite over adjacent. So opposite over adjacent. Alright, so now let's apply our knowledge we learned in the introduction to actual practical questions. Alright, so in this case we are given, so let's just label the sides first. So this is hypotenuse, adjacent, and opposite. So right now we're dealing with 5 and x. So 5 is hypotenuse, x is opposite. So we have sa, ka, toa. Now which one has opposite and hypotenuse? It's sine right here. So sine, and the angle 30 degrees, so 30 degrees, and then opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite is x over 5. Then we would bring this here, so times 5 is equal to x. So the answer we're getting is 2.5. Whatever the unit is, that depends on the question. Alright, next question. So here we have to find y. Let's label it first. So adjacent, because we have the angle here and we have the right angle touching as well. And then the one opposite is this is opposite, and then hypotenuse. So we're dealing with 3 and y. So this is adjacent and this is opposite. So sa, ka, toa. So which one deals with adjacent and opposite? So that one is tan. So tan 30 degrees is equal to opposite over adjacent. So 3 over y. We bring this here. So y is equal to 3 over tan 30 degrees. So it would be 5.20. So y is equal to 5.20. Now in this case, we have to find the angle x. So we're dealing with adjacent and hypotenuse. So in this case, what we're going to do is, so we have sa, ka, toa. So we're dealing with 9 and 4. So hypotenuse and adjacent. So cos So we're going to do cos, and then x is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So 4/9. Now what we're going to do, this is something called cos inverse. So whenever you have an angle that is adjacent over hypotenuse, so 4/9. Now what we're going to do, this is something called cos inverse. So whenever you have an angle that you need to find, you write the angle like this. When you move cos, sine, tan, whatever it may be, when you move it here, it's going to become cos inverse 4/9. Well, this is going to be really off, but it's going to be 63.61. So the angle is 63.61. That is how we apply saw